Movement has been long my favorite deck in Marvel Snap, and it is criminally underrated. This is without doubt the best movement deck in the game. I've tried a bunch of different versions. I tried Magneto instead of Chavez. I've played Beast to make my Human Torch bigger and better, but this is the deck I always come back to. There's a few key things you want to be doing with this one. Iron Fist on turn 1 is a huge mistake. Do not do it. You want to be playing your Iron Fist a little bit later on. The ultimate combo with this deck is Forge on turn 2, and then Multiple Man into the far right location on its own. That's very important on turn 3. As well as Iron Fist played after Multiple Man. That's right, after Multiple Man. Then you play your Hulkbuster onto your Multiple Man, which is in the right location, all on its own. The Hulkbuster will merge with your 5-point Multiple Man because of the Forge buff to make a 9-point Multiple Man, which then gets moved by the Fist of the Iron Man. And then you have 2 9-point Multiple Mans, which then of course you can double again with cards like Doctor Strange, Cloak, and Heimdall. Of course, that does put you in Shang-Chi range, so do be wary of that, but the Multiple Man, Hulkbuster, Iron Fist combo is the stuff of dreams. Kraven goes nuts, Dagger is great, and Chavez gives you that consistency while also just making sure you always have something to play on turn 6, because often with movement, the obvious play is not the correct play. You might want to move your big fat Vulture into your Cloak lane, but you probably already have enough points to win that location. So bear that in mind, that you don't always need to move stuff. You don't always need to play Heimdall. If your opponent is expecting the Heimdall, a simple Chavez on turn 6 will do the business. The reason we have no cards like Leech, no 5-drops, or like things like Shang-Chi and Enchantress is because on turn 5, we want to be playing a 2-drop and a 3-drop. Something like Doctor Strange and Cloak, something like Kraven and Vulture to set up for our Heimdall. This deck is amazing. I had a 50% win rate with this deck over 50 games, which I know doesn't sound impressive, but bear in mind there's a lot of locations which really suck with movement. The opportunity to win 8 cubes with this game is tremendous, but you're also going to lose a lot of 8 cube games as well. It's my favorite deck for that reason. So interesting to play, so many nuanced decisions, and I do hope you enjoy it. Oh, mate. Please donate cubes. Get snapped on! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the game. We get the biggest Human Torch. We just need to see Shuri's Lab. We need to see Iron Fist, Cloak. We've got the Hulkbuster and the Human Torch both buffed up, and we have the Forge in hand. Unfortunately, we might be against a Killmonger. Slightly alarming. We're going to go Human Torch Kraven. We want to get Kraven down into Asteroid M, ASAP Rocky. Doctor Strange is nice. Rip Asteroid M. No, it wouldn't. It would... Human Torch would count as a 1 cost if we Hulkbuster it. Man. Dream Dimension also cucked us because we would be able to go like Doctor Strange Cloak here. We could Doctor Strange mid and then Cloak the right. But unfortunately we're only going to be able to do one of those things. We also missed the Iron Fist. Still going to be a big lad that's definitely not going to get Killmongered. All our stats are also going to be in one location. That's the big problem. Ah, it's actually not getting Killmongered. That's pretty good. I think there's a pretty good argument to hold the Doctor Strange, but let's just slam it, I guess. It's just going to be very difficult to win another location, isn't it? Whereas if we had the Doctor Strange, we could do some shenanigans with the move. It looks like we lost. It certainly does look like we lost. Does this win, actually? Oh my god. The Atlantis popping off. Let's go. It looks like a win. Blue Marvel might beat us. Heimdall all on his own. We need nothing else. Love it! The 48-point Human Torch gets us the bag. Heimdall was also winning, right? Are you guys impressed by how good Move is looking? No, it's not. To be honest, not yet. I mean, how long have you been here? It's been popping off the whole day. We can, I can check the stats. Again. We were like up 25 cubes or so in 30 games before. Let's have a look. I mean, this gives us a very big... Okay, we'll just do that. I was gonna say, this gives us a very big Human Torch, potentially. Hulkbuster and bar is just really good, though. The current stats of the deck, we're up 31 cubes in 34 games. No bots, by the way, I don't think. I don't think we played against a single bot. Pretty impressive. It's actually incredibly impressive. It's very easy to underestimate how impressive that is. Yeah, I mean, our win rate is 52%. Ward space is an issue for us. I am quite liking the idea of Forge buffing Human Torch, but then all our stats are in Dark Dimension. We do have quite a lot of stats in Bar Sinister already, though. I think we just do this and nothing else. We could do this. Maybe it's worth it. I think it's worth it, right? Because it becomes 8 power. Big shout out to Insomnation in the chat. We'll just play Kraven and nothing else. Because everything moves into Dark Dimension. Well, easy Heimdall. There's no way we're losing this one. They've overcommitted to the right almost. Not playing anything was definitely the correct play as well. This allows us to move more cards. The Kraven is absolutely juiced. The Dagger's juiced, and so is the Vulture. Wow. Here we go. What a game this has been. Shang-Chi does not exist and it cannot hurt me. They can't Shang-Chi me right. They can only Shang-Chi me left if Dark Dimension already has a Shang-Chi in there. Do we think it does? I don't think so. It would be very, very bold of them to have already played Shang-Chi. I'm not sure. I don't remember when they played it. The Heimdall. They lock it in. It's Dark Hawk. It's Agent Coulson. It's Cosmo! Are you serious? It's flipping Cosmo, mate! GG. But Leech is okay. You can play Beast as well. Beast has actually got quite a lot of value. It's interesting they Sam Demon. That would suggest that they're not going to play... By the way, look at this multiple man. Is this the biggest multiple man in history? Oh my god. Shang-Chi does not exist and it cannot hurt me, guys. Alright? You heard it here first. Flip! Alright. Important to note we're not playing Iron Fist on turn 1. We very rarely do. I also tend to like leaving the right lane open for multiple man. We can go multiple man, Iron Fist if we hit it, and then Hulkbuster it. We can also go like Human Torch to the right. Ooh, awkward. I think this makes the most sense. The more cards we play from our hand, like the more we're kind of thinning the deck almost as well, right? Hey JT, good to see you, mate. We're ready to concede this game, I would say. Kraven is popping off quite a bit, though. We've got a bit of a classic movement issue, though, that all our stats are in one bloody location. But Doctor Strange can help us out a bit in that sense. I decided to play the Forge left because that's where the Green Goblin is. We could have actually moved the Green Goblin into the right and just left one of the other cards mid, like left the Human Torch mid, maybe. Kraven's going to the moon. It looks like we're in a pretty okay spot, though. We're just going to slam Doctor Strange to move Kraven. The question is, do we move it left or mid? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ninja moves, Cloak moves, Kraven moves. So we're at 6, 10, 12. Wait, what? 6, 10, 22. At 22. They're at 21. Oh, we might be okay here. Think we're losing? No, we should win this by 1 point mid. I'm pretty sure the Kraven busts by the Cloak. And win by 3. Awesome. Nice! Beautiful. Victory. Eat less goes a long way. I do very well with like not eating early. My big issue is like once I start eating, I'm eating too much. So if I can start like getting into the habit of not eating past the time I stream, I think I'm gonna be in a really good spot. Been really enjoying today's stream. Thank you, Brackers. I'm really enjoying movement. It's fun. We'll probably do a speed run tomorrow, I think. I think it's time for a speed run. I've been wanting to do it for the last couple months, but I haven't because I had issues with accounts. But basically, like, I deleted like 3 accounts I'd done speed runs on previously because they have like a delay. Like, if you try and delete an account on Snap, it's got like a 30-day pity timer where you can basically change your mind. I'm enjoying seeing you daily, mate. Pog. Nice one. I probably will cut down on the amount of streams I do in a bit. But at the moment, we're going to keep doing the daily streams somewhat. I did have a couple days off though, didn't I? I'm going to try and do daily for a bit. We'll see. I'm all a bit up in the air, but yeah. For the moment, why not? I'm definitely going to be streaming tomorrow. All right. I don't know what to do here. Well, definitely not Hulkbuster. Because of Killmonger. Oh, what a high roll. You dirty little high roller, mate. I don't feel great. I don't feel too bad either. This Doctor Strange is pretty wonderful. Dagger maybe should have gone left. But if I slam Heimdall, she's going to move. Carnage is pretty flipping good. Okay. Not feeling too bad. Not feeling good. Bit of a sticky one. What do we do? I feel like it's Heimdall to the right. Heimdall mid could lose. This should win a tiebreaker though. Oh snap! I might get deathed on, right? But whatever. You've got to back yourself. Null and death. Only 12 cards got destroyed, guys. This is a great snap. Tiebreaker, here we come. They go for the Shang-Chi down the middle. Bucky Barnes, are you flipping serious, dude? Well, we would have won the tiebreaker if it wasn't for Bucky. We have more points than them. You can see why I went for it. They snap on us on one. I'm not going to run. I have a nice hand. Okay, prepare the rock. Prepare for lots of rocks. No rock, please. Ah! Darkhawk's going to be rather large. Alright, we never draw a rock here, guys. It's impossible. Good thing I have Chavez, eh? Well, I already have the Heimdall, to be fair. Oh my god, and we didn't even draw the rock. That's actually insane. Unironically. Unequivocally. Undeniably. Kind of sad that I didn't play the Vulture or the Human Torch. It was like my only line to win was Heimdall mid or Doctor Strange in that game. I didn't want to play the Hulkbuster too early here because of Shang-Chi. Nice, I think this was the best case. We wanted multiple man to go mid and we wanted the Darkhawk left. So I can still get Shang-Chi'd here. Alright. We got disrupted, we're back. Surely we have enough mid. She-Hulk, oh god. Korg, yeah, we do. Easy. Bit of a disruption there, but... We're getting loads of new movement cards on in June. All the Spider-Man cards. Like Ghost Spider, Spider-Man 2099 are all movement. It's going to be very epic. How is that an issue? It's the whole game. You have a counter to play or not. How is that the whole game? Is every game rock, paper, scissors? We're not playing rock, paper, scissors here. Like, yeah, you can have bad matchups, but like not just like auto wins. Auto losses. I'm going to snap just because the Zabu is in Isle of Silence. Of course it's an issue. That's just a ridiculous statement, right? Like, don't get me wrong. Of course you can have bad matchups, but like, it's not... There's no skill involved there, right? That's the issue. It's just a matchup which you queue into and then it's over before it starts. Based on if you have the answer or not. Which is a little bit ridiculous. This is not very healthy. Like, I'm not suggesting that Galactus should suck. I think it's awesome that Galactus is a unique way of playing the game, and I think it should stay the way it is. However, I also think that some of the interactions should be reconsidered, because I think that they're too strong. And too oppressive. And unhealthy. It's more like it's just unenjoyable to play against, right? It's fun to play, but unenjoyable to play against. They need to find that balance where it's fun to play, but fun to play against. Which I think actually, if you can beat Galactus on turn 6 more often, it actually becomes quite a satisfying deck to play against. Whereas right now, if you can't stop Galactus, there is zero counterplay basically, right? I also don't believe it's OP. I agree. I think it's quite well balanced, but it's just... Yeah, like I said, I think it's just a net negative for the game overall because it's so unenjoyable to play against. Okay, rare case of us actually being able to win, I think, right? against Galactus. Actually some counterplay. Hello! Oh, wait, what? Am I losing? Surely not. I got baited, guys! I got master baited for 8 cubes. Fucking Galactus, man. It wasn't Galactus, but I thought it was. Like, my experience against this deck is already lame because I'm already playing Galactus and I'm already like, ugh. Because there's just nothing I can do because I don't have a card in my deck that can beat it. Which is fine. I should be in a bad spot, but I should still, like, feel that there's some kind of stuff that I could try. But there just isn't, right? If it's Galactus, I do just lose. That's the big issue. Looks like it's not Galactus. Doctor Strange is pretty bad if I'm gonna Heimdall. I quite like the look of... Well, I'd like to Cloak Lab. It's honestly just a bit of an awkward turn, isn't it? Go big or go home. Like, this is where Galactus actually is fun, right? If there's some counterplay. I think we got it. If it is, in fact, Galactus. I should have just done the maths, right? Which I didn't. Oh, they moved the card, which is even more points on my dagger. Oh, no! My dagger didn't buff first! I thought my dagger was going to buff first, guys. Flip. Why did my dagger not buff? That's a heartbreaking game, man. But this is what I mean, like, this was actually a fun game, right? This is actually a unique and fun game. When Galactus is like this is actually, like, a net positive for the game. This was a fun game. I lost, but I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that was kind of fun, because I could try and compete in the Galactus lane, right? I'm pretty sure Vulture would have buffed there. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, like, the order I actually do stuff in doesn't matter, because move happens first. That's really weird, guys. Isn't that an end of... What, like, Dagger is an end of turn? Maybe. I'm pretty convinced if this was a Vulture, it would have worked. I think the order does matter. Nah, I don't think so. It never has before, unless they changed something recently. The effects resolve in the order you did them. Yeah, pretty sure that's not true, guys. Bane's agreeing. It certainly never used to be the case. They might, like, maybe they've changed it recently that I'm unaware of, but I kind of doubt it. Movement only happens at the end. Sure, movement doesn't happen at the start? I don't know, man. Because, like, if you move Cloak, right? If you move Cloak into... If you move Vulture into Cloak and then Doctor Strange it buffs and then Doctor Strange pulls it. Whereas with Dagger, it didn't. But Vulture moves. Is that because of the wording, when this card moves? Whereas Dagger says when this card moves to a location. Is that the difference? Hey, Pause, what's up? We just played each other. Were you Galactus? I'm still really confused why my Dagger didn't buff. Weird. I'm so sure. I might be wrong, but I really am pretty, I don't want to say convinced, but almost convinced. I'm sure Vulture works the same. Really? Maybe. That was Gagos. GG, man. That's fun. I thought I had you. I thought my Dagger was going to buff up and then my Doctor Strange was going to pull it, but that's not what happened. Okay, that's actually really awkward for us. We can't move any of these bloody cards, can we? I didn't think that through, did I? Ah, it's kind of fine. Shang-Chi left is the obvious play for them. Dagger was more points moving. I saw A-Cuber. Yeah, the double buff isn't the issue. It's true. It's whether the Vulture would double buff after Doctor Strange has pulled it. Or, like, if the buff... If Doctor Strange... So basically, let's say Vulture's 3 power and I have a 4 power card. But then I move into the Cloak. If I Doctor Strange in a different lane, will it pull the Vulture? My feeling is it would. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. We could have actually gone Vulture... like Dagger here and then Doctor Strange it. We could still do that, but then... We're risking losing this location. I kind of don't. I don't hate it. Let's just play on cover it. Probably though, it's really Dagger wording. Since Dagger buff depends on enemies at location, then it only applies at movement end when she registers. That's what I think, yeah. That's my feeling. Because my whole life is a lie on the Vulture otherwise. But also Bane's played a lot of Cloak in his time, so who really bloody knows? So the really nice thing here is Kraven's not the best one to have hit. We're obviously just going to skip the turn here so we can play the Infinite. Kraven also only buffs after on reveals are done. Yep. It's also true. What do we do? Well, we certainly move. Because Kraven points. I could see us doing this. Try it. They also have a 0-cost card to play, let's not forget. Could be an A-cube loss this one. I could definitely see us losing. Playing into Dino is very, very scary. Don't love it. Ooh, we're beating it unless... Well, we're winning mid. Oh... That's a close one, man. Chavez left wins. GG. Man, movement is so flipping fun. And I know that there's like this new stature deck doing the rounds, which also kind of has a similar vibe, but it's actually not playing Angela, which I found weird. So we could even try that same deck, but without Stature Black Bolt, because most people don't have Stature, and just see how good it is. Kind of interested in that. What do you think the best alternative turn 6 play besides Heimdall? Chavez. We tried Magneto in this deck to start off with. Chavez is just much better. Dagger or Kraven, please. Oh, that's actually even better. Because there's so much bamboozle potential. Cloak and Doctor Strange on 5. This is exactly why I don't like Leech and other cards. You want to be playing Strange and Cloak on 5. It's so saucy. Strange needs a buff, in my opinion. Particularly with all the other movement cards coming. I think it's the weakest movement card right now. Nice. This is actually so good. They're going to predict that I'm moving the Vulture mid, so let's not do that. They're going to Shang mid. Surely they Shang mid. Don't call me Shirley. Yeah, Doctor Strange getting a point I think would be very reasonable. 3 energy is very, very nice. Wasn't he 4? Was he 4 energy at one point, guys? Or am I imagining that? Was he 2 energy, but like 2 points or something? He was a 3-2. Right, so he just got a point. Yeah, out of this deck, I would say Heimdall could get a point. And Doctor Strange could get a point. I wouldn't buff too much else. Maybe Dagger, honestly, could also get a point. Yeah, we predicted it. The Shang-Chi goes mid. It was the obvious play. Often with movement, it's correct to make the sub-optimal play to be unpredictable. But also this play is actually just good because it means that I have Vulture mid. So it might not even be suboptimal in this case. I think it's less obvious though. Like you're so tempted to move the card into flipping Cloak lane, right?